Hello everyone, Stardust King here, and welcome back to the Surge. I'm a lot higher core power than you guys, well, than I last left off. I believe I went up around 20 levels. And man, it only took me an hour or so. Achievement unlocked, Goliath. Acquired a full set of Goliath gear. We have a lot of things to talk about, but I don't really have that much time, so I'm not going to beat the boss in these next 30 minutes. Oh yeah, we switched weapons up. I was remembering bits and pieces from my old gameplay. Hold on, let me actually make sure that this is working like I think it's working. So my dad will be back in like the next 20-30 minutes. I just wanted to get this little segment out of the way before I go and inevitably fight the boss this weekend. Let me pull up Twitch. When I can talk while I pull up Twitch. Let me make sure this mic's all angled. Hold on. Alright. So we did a few things, right? I was remembering bits and pieces of my game. Well, I should probably talk about that first. My internet turned off. So that's why the last stream ended prematurely.
Be careful out there.
So I'm glad I caught that before I went to go fight the boss. So I stopped right before going up there, honestly. I haven't really been doing much besides going through my old loop that I remembered. And I have perfected. We also got a full thing of Goliath gear. Because the guy at the top that you saw me farming, I'll just go to him real quick while I'm talking about him. Enemies have RNG, or at least this one does. Sometimes he spawns with a helmet, legs, body pieces, armor. So if you want the full, what is it? Is it Goliath gear? Rhino. If you want the full Rhino gear, yeah, he spawned with a helmet this time. And no arms. And a body. So if you want the Rhino gear, if you're having trouble with the first boss anyways, and you want to change into something like a little bit more tankier, I should just farming this guy for his armor. That being said, I'm going to just take you through the loop I just went through, or the loop I like going to. There's a few like little tips and tricks I can give you. So just in case you actually want to farm up to level 55 and open that door before you leave this area. And so be it. Also, I'm going to save the hammer for last. I guess I'll go through this loop a total of 3 times. 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's just say 4 times. And talk about some things. I'm going to start off with this weapon. I'll leave the hammer for last.
Have a nice day.
Also, I like running the Lynx gear because it gives you an attack speed buff, so I'm gonna probably keep that for a while. Probably also show you what the Rhino gear gives you. I'm thinking about it. It's not really helpful for my playstyle, but hey. If you go into the specs, you can see that the Rhino gear, while wearing a full set of Rhino gear, grants increased impact while under the effects of implants that boost your weapon damage. So eventually we get an implant that boosts our weapon damage. We haven't found one of those yet, but I'm gonna stick with the Lynx gear first. So we're at 58 with full Rhino gear. Let's see how bad we drop off defense wise. I mean, honestly, that isn't that bad. 12 defense for an increased attack speed, especially on heavier weapons. And let me take you to the loop I found. That's a secret. For the loop I've been doing offline while my internet was off. Everything starts off the exact same. Also, it will probably be a little bit helpful to bring the implant that converts your energy into health, but I don't really use that. But what I'm going to show you at the end of this loop will probably be beneficial for anybody who doesn't feel confident enough just heals at this game to, you know, make it faster without using health. I'm gonna use health at some point though. Also, there's another thing to talk about, the proficiency system. Pull that menu up real quick. Alright, as you can see, right, my Aesir Spectre bit does 43 damage, right? And it has a very low, well, it has a low proficiency scaling. You can see the bottom left of my screen, there's a little bar. That's the proficiency bar. So with the one-handed rig weapons, I'm level 2. And as they go up, my proficiency goes up with all the weapons in that particular class, right? So when my proficiency goes up, my damage also goes up a little bit. Not that huge of a difference, but you'll definitely notice it after a few level ups. Which I aim to show you here. And I'm gonna go through the loop at least 4 times while waiting for my dad to come back. Energy. Oops. I did. Probably also show you some of the moves for each weapon. It's been a while since I used them. That's the move that they always like to use on you, which I should now use on them. Actually, rather effective for starting combos, but you always seem to miss that that first hit after a combo if you don't time it correctly. Maybe if you use RT instead of RB. Let's try it. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. Also, the reason why I have 6 self implants, is a pretty good reason why. I'll show it to you before I actually complete this loop. We're actually gonna go there in the middle of it, I guess. Also, our proficiency increased. As you can see, our damage went up by 1. And that is basically, you know, you will preferably want to have a gear with a high proficiency scaling because it will ultimately do more damage than weapons of the same variety with low proficiency scaling. But anyways, also with this loop, you can get at least 4 levels, if not 5, depending on what you break. If you break the blue parts off, you get more proficiency scaling. Let me see if I can find one. There you go. Put it to the right. You get a lot more, actually. Anyways, this is the loop. I'm probably going to die midway through the loop. Weird, you usually don't come out. It's crazy that you did. Let me heal real quick. I'm not used to this weapon, so I'm taking unnecessary damage. I've been using the hammer and the Aesir sword thing. So we have these. You would think that we would go in here now, right? No. We're not. We're gonna go kill these 2 things. We actually already used this weapon before, honestly. I probably shouldn't have picked it up, but that's okay. Go look outside, make sure he's not outside yet. I was hoping to get at least 20 more minutes of this, honestly. Okay, we go in here and we take out this one lone thing. Although it is a waste of time, honestly. If you want to save some time, you don't have to do this little part right there. Alright, we're already up to 3,000. I'm not sure if we had scrap before this. Not though. It doesn't have enough impact. I actually think the hammer class may be one of my favorite weapons besides the Aesir, the other thing. Also, if you do enough damage, you can get those guys before they explode. Your brother handy. Usually with a full stamina bar, you can kill them. Make sure they don't pull off that little EMP, which doesn't do any damage to you, I don't think. We heal again real quick. Alright, with this weapon, I have to actually dodge that. In this game, it's actually rather important that you know your weapon and its capabilities. As you'll see later on, let's pull up this menu. This one has a high impact skill. With the hammer, you can actually stop them from doing a jump, TBH. It's actually rather helpful. You can just completely interrupt their attacks. But I guess with the austere bit, it's just regular high. You can't stop them. We'll save that for whenever I'm able to actually stream in peace. This is just going to be blocked off for now. But let's continue to loot. After we kill those two guys and those 3 drones, we go down here. At this point, I should probably switch weapons. No, I'm not. I'm going to do the whole loop with the same weapon. Right now, it's a little bit slow because I'm trying to explain my methods. See? But whenever I'm not trying to explain, you guys see everything. Whenever I switch back to my stronger weapon. Let's see. Even unlocked. It's blue light. Killed an enemy in the dark zone using the austere spectre bit. Huh. I guess this is technically classified as a dark zone. I mean, it was dark. As you can see, with a full stamina bar, you can kill those guys. And preferably any enemy in the game. For right now, anyways. With a semi-upgraded weapon. Also, we're gonna go down here. Because I remember that I went down here before. But I did die, so... We got the weapons though. I can just give you a brief demonstration of it, honestly. No, I'm not gonna do that. This is shit. I guess we will try it now. Anyways, let's go through here. Okay, there's nothing on the right here. Let's go ahead and have to do this. Use this. You have a few of these guys, you know. But we'll come back. You can definitely make it if you have 6 bars. Like all your healing. But we'll come back to that. I don't feel confident enough with this weapon to actually try that out, honestly. This weapon's not for me. You can see I'm taking unnecessary damage at this point in time. It has a weird swinging pattern which I'm not familiar with. Just have to get better with it. Although I'm probably never going to use this weapon again after this initial piece. Now we're up to what, 6,000? As you can see, our combo multiplier is well over the ×2 thing. I wouldn't say well over, but it's close enough. Anyways, we can kill him. Our increased attack speed makes it a little bit easier. I'm not sure if it's still active, seeing as we're taking a lot of damage. That's okay. I think the weapons I like least of all is the twin raid weapons, honestly. I was wondering if he was going to charge at me. But yeah, like sometimes you do miss that first initial hit after the dodge. That's what you want to call it. That's something to be mindful of with this weapon. Alright, here's the real test. How does it fare against the twin blades? Because the twin blades are the hardest enemies in this area, besides the boss, I believe. Also, for this guy, he's not RNG enough. So, actually, he isn't RNG at all. So I would suggest just cutting off his arms every time for that tungsten Mark II alloy, so you can upgrade the rest of your weapons. That's just me personally. As you can see, our damage has went up another 2 points from before, Thing is, we reach proficiency level 5, which actually will help in the long run. At this point, I feel confident enough to switch from this weapon, but I might as well complete the whole loop with it. There's a guy upstairs, which I'm gonna have to use the last I'm healing for. The thing about the single rig weapons and the heavier weapons is that they hit a target. Or they hit lots of targets at once. Or sometimes he does the little. Who knows? Anyways, we're up to 9,000, but I don't actually think we can make it with this weapon with no healing. Oh well, speaking of the double, we got healing. We got healing. Alright, we should be able to finish the last of the loop right here, right now. He's gonna jump at us. I'm gonna jump at him first. He almost always jumped at you. TBH. Also, the thing about this game is that you don't really have to worry about overkilling your targets before you can get the execution off. Generally, if you press the X button and start holding it during your combo, the damage you do will lessen. I believe. Don't quote me on that though. Also, you want his head again. I'm about to die. And this is why I also don't like this weapon. I gotten used to playing with the hammer. So there's something else I want to show you guys. I guess we can switch away from this weapon at this point. What if we haven't used? We haven't used a reinforced pipe or the Yoshiki butterfly. Let's use the butterflies. If you are confident enough in your abilities and you have enough health, if you
Shouldn't you be at your designated work site?
and if you go here, this will reset all the enemies in an area, but it doesn't reset your health.
Anytime.
So you can keep your multiplier going. We'll see how far I can get with these. Actually, I do like these. Honestly. I thought I really didn't like them. I remember these now. They're rather nice. They're fast. I like these better than the Asters. Put it that way. But I don't really like any of them like too low. But with the increased attack speed from the Lynx armor, these things are practically overpowered. It's just that our stamina, the drawback from not having that much stamina. I'm not even sure if you can upgrade your stamina in this game. It's rather hefty, let's put it that way. Anyways, we don't need to be talking about the loop anymore, so let's just go through it. Alright, let's pull up this. Our damage is at 20. What kind of skill does this have? Very low? Yeah, very low. So this one won't scale with our proficiency. That's okay. Sucks though. I'm not sure if the proficiency works like that. I know something about the proficiency. I just know proficiency increases damage, and that if you break blue parts off, you get more proficiency. I'm not sure if the scaling means the amount of damage it has from proficiency upgrades and whatnot, or proficiency bonus. The amount of proficiency you get for the weapon classes. Hit. I really don't feel confident with this weapon. We'll kill the last two guys with the we'll kill some guys with the reinforced pipe, so I can show you it. And nobody will have questions about me switching the other weapons. This is one of the weapons I like the most too. Okay, the top 3 weapons right now that we have is the the sword, the single-handed sword, this, and the hammer. I like the sword and the hammer the most. I usually don't like heavy weapons in games like this. Ow. Sleeping on my cart. Hit. Okay, I'm not hit. Okay. But as you can see, our combo meter never went down until we're getting times 2.55. Scrap. Or tech, whatever you want to call it. Ow. Times 2.58. So if you want to farm this area, I was just getting your best weapon and just going through this loop. Pretty sure there's a better loop. You can potentially. But you see, I didn't hold X right there, so my damage wasn't you know, less than. Also, I'm gonna die here. I'm just gonna run back. And we're gonna go through here one more time, and I'm in the stream. The weapon I feel most confident about is the hammer, because its sheer raw damage is enough to kill many enemies in one hit. Sometimes, especially the drones.
Shouldn't you be at your designated work site?
We're gonna go in there. Might as well bank the tech scrap real quick, so we can have accurate reading on how much tech scrap we actually do get. I'm gonna switch to the hammer. 65 damage, very high impact, low attack speed, but that doesn't matter because we have the Lynx armor to help us out with that. Anyways. Yeah, like a few good hits and any enemy is dead. Preferably with, yeah, just 3. I want him to jump at me so I can show you that we can interrupt his attacks. See? That makes it that much more handy. Also, I think my dad is here. He is here, so I'm about to end it right there. I was hoping to go down into the vault. But no, I got the main purpose of this video out of the way. Showing you guys what I did while my internet was down. I didn't do anything, I didn't make any progress off camera. So, yeah, just let you guys know. I'm not sure what I'm going to use for the boss though. It's either this or the sword. But anyways. I'm going to kill these last few enemies and then I'm going to go back to the thing. We'll just continue on from the other spot.
Good to see you.
I messed up. It's the main menu. I'm glad this game autosaves. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, although it was rather short, I'll be able to stream properly this weekend, hopefully. Possibly leave a like, that was more you know, but it's, well no, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, and possibly subscribe, that was more you know, but it's entirely up to you. Any preference, suggestions, or future videos, leave them in the comments. But until then, I'll see everyone on the next part of my Surge Let's Play. Which for you will be tomorrow, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do the next part of this.